Edinburgh. It's old, it's beautiful, and it's got a way of making you slow down whether you plan to or not. After a year and a half of roasting in Central America, we shipped the truck to the UK, and a drive up from London later, here we are. Finally somewhere where you can wear a jacket in July. I'm Chris, this is Sarah, and that's Kramer over there. He just lost his ball in the grass and refuses to admit it. And this leg of the trip feels different. Older, wilder, a little moodier, and maybe that's just the weather. We didn't come to Edinburgh with a checklist. Mostly we just wanted to see if Edinburgh really does feel as magical as everyone says. And before we get into this video, if you have any recommendations, because we're going to show you a lot of Edinburgh, please leave them in the comments. We've been asking a lot for recommendations because we're going to be coming back here.
So especially if there's any of you who know Edinburgh really well, give us your favorite neighborhood hangs. Like, we just want to find what's your favorite coffee shop, what's your favorite place to go walk around, what's your favorite thing to do that's quintessentially Edinburgh.
So we wandered the old streets, peeked into a few museums, sampled the whiskey, and tried to imagine how this place inspired everything from poets to storytellers. This is Edinburgh, and sometimes it's nice to let a city unfold on its own terms. Oh, and thanks to Going for partnering with us on this video. You can go ahead and click the link down below to create your free account.
Good morning from Edinburgh, starting the morning at the Milkman, which is a coffee shop close to Waverley, which is like the main station, train station, bus station in Edinburgh. So we're kind of like next to the castle, but also like, I'm still learning the geography of Edinburgh. But what's important is that we got our morning coffee, and then we got a strawberry Danish. Why did you pick the strawberry one? I feel like this is just a red day for me. I've got lots of red on, red shoes, red bandana, like all sorts of things, but it looks really good. Isn't that pretty?
There's this alleyway staircase right across from the Milkman, because the Milkman itself is very tiny. And when you come here, you notice that a lot of the shops, a lot of the coffee shops and restaurants can be pretty tiny. And especially if you've got like a book bag like that, you're knocking everybody's coffee over. People aren't excited that you're a tourist, but it is what it is. Very, very cute cafe, very busy cafe. Obviously people have heard about the Milkman, and this is our first go at it.
I gave it a pretty good go. This is yours now, Chris. It's good.
Edinburgh is a beautiful city. I mean, and beautiful probably doesn't even really describe it very well.
Oh, it's historic and it's just absolutely gorgeous. It's a magical feeling town.
But one thing we really wanted to convey in this video is that while there are plenty of things to do, and we'll show you some of those things, it's more of an experience just walking in the city and experiencing the city than just checking off the top 5 things to do.
You're good when you're on the wrong side of right. Guilt ain't mean nothing but a lover's fight. How fool was I now? You played me like a clown.
All right, so we're currently on Victoria Street. Now, Victoria Street is this really beautiful kind of curved street with all of these different shops. If you've read Harry Potter, which Sarah has not, but I have, apparently Diagon Alley, this is what this is based off. Diagon Alley is based off of Victoria Street. You've probably heard it in a million videos, but it is very pretty. Walking down this street, you see the inspiration behind it. So one piece of trivia is J.K. Rowling is from this area. Apparently she wrote the books in Edinburgh, some of the books anyway, and that's where the inspiration comes from. So when you are reading those books or seeing the movies, this is like where it takes place, or sort of, right? Like it's in this area. It's pretty cool.
As you can tell, it's very rarely warm here in Scotland, and right about now it's July. Back home in our hometown of Chattanooga, Tennessee, it's about 100 degrees.
This is fine.
So this whole weather thing kind of got us thinking, what would it be to fly from back home? Maybe we wanted to fly parents out to come visit us a little bit and give them a break from the hot weather into the sea. What would it look like to fly from Tennessee to Scotland right now? You can go on going. You can choose your home airports. You can put in the destination of where you want to go. And then it'll come up with all these great flight deals with the best airlines in the world to give you the best prices to go where you want to go. So if you'd like to come visit us in Scotland, maybe next summer, maybe end of this summer, there's still flight deals available. You can check out Going. All the information is down below, but if you're not familiar with Going, Going is an email subscription. They also have an app that delivers flight deals directly to your inbox, to your phone if you have the app. Their most basic plan is completely free and the sun is coming out. The weather is very crazy. It's back and forth all the time. If you'd like the international deals to places like Scotland, or if you want the business and first class deals, those are going to be extra. Going has 3 different memberships. The first, the most basic for domestic flights, is completely free. So give it a try, see if you like it, then upgrade if you love it to get things like international deals, or even if you want to upgrade again and get the business and first class deals. Now, like I said, they have an app. They can go directly to your inbox, or you can have them notify you on your phone. You can set up alerts. Say, I know I want to go from, say, Cincinnati, Ohio, straight to Edinburgh, Scotland. Put that into Going, and then the second a flight deal comes available for your home airports to Edinburgh, like you've picked, it'll email you and send you a notification on the app if you have it enabled. This has been one of the best ways we've been able to save money and afford to travel. Airplane tickets, especially in this day and age with fuel prices the way they are, tickets are expensive. So if we can save money on the flight deals, it gives us more money to spend when we get here and enjoy things like the best of Scotland. It doesn't cost you anything but an email address to try it out for free. You don't have to put a credit card in, absolutely nothing, just your email. And you can opt out at any time if you really don't like it, but trust us, you're gonna like it. So look, if you wanna come visit us in Scotland, check it out down below, sign up and get notified of those flight deals to places like Edinburgh and beyond. Let's go.
When you look at Edinburgh on the map, or you look at how they spell it, it looks like Edinburgh.
It does to our American.
But it's not. It's
Yes.
Edinburgh.
Edinburgh.
Edinburgh. They say it really fast and low.
Edinburgh.
Edinburgh.
I think we're getting that. Go easy on us. American English and Scottish English are 2 very different things.
Like any city, like when you're walking around, you can stumble upon different neighborhoods. And one very famous, very
Photographed, Instagrammed.
neighborhood is Dean Village.
Alright, so this is Dean Village, and this is one of those places I really wanted to see just because it looks so picture perfect, like a lot of Edinburgh. But it's this quaint little village, and it has the river that runs through it, the Waters of Leith. And there's a pathway that goes for miles all the way along the water, but this whole area, it's like all these, some of them are stucco buildings, some of them are old stone, but they kind of work their way up the hill, and it's just these perfect cobblestone streets. It's just idyllic. So you have to come down here, walk around, but be respectful because these are people's private residences around this. So it's kind of early on a Saturday morning, so we're trying to be really quiet so we don't wake anybody up. But it is a really pretty place. It's that perfect photo op. It's kind of, I like it because it's kind of a step back in time. You can kind of see maybe what it was like before this became a big city. Like this is a smaller piece, like a smaller town feel. Almost too perfect looking though, isn't it?
We're at Cairngorm Coffee Roasters, one of the better lattes that we've had. Really busy. Obviously, it's busy for a reason. So if you're going to Dean Village, this is really close to Dean Village. So you could come in here, grab some coffee. So what we did is we walked around Dean Village, experienced that, and then we were like, you know what, coffee sounds great. And I just spilled coffee all over my pants. How's your day going?
And since we're starting out in Edinburgh, since all of our Scotland travels for the summer and this entire little mini series for the summer in Scotland is starting in Edinburgh, we thought one very important thing to do before we visit all the other areas of the country is to learn a little bit about Scotch whiskey.
first part of any good whisky experience is talking a little bit about how we actually make our whisky. And what you to be aware about is that the case of single malt whisky in Scotland.
Yellower colour to whisky, that would indicate more of a bourbon cask influence coming through. More amber the colour, more of the sherry cask influence there is in the whisky. So different flavours as a result. Step 2, please get your glass and give it a very good swirl, like I'm doing. As well as that, we'll raise a toast. Scotland, when we drink whisky, we tend not to say cheers though we're drinking a pint of beer. When we drink whisky, we tend to use the Gaelic expression. And note to the fact so much of this stuff's heritage comes from the Highlands of Scotland, such as the word whisky itself. And here's the expression for you. Slanja va. Slanja, health. Va, good. It's that simple. Just good health, like in so many other languages. Raise your glasses after me. Slanja va.
Slanja va.
Take a sip to your whisky profile as well. So hopefully you're saving the words.
It's really good. So this room, this what used to be one man's collection of whiskeys, which is crazy. He sold it off years ago for an undisclosed amount. I cannot imagine how many, probably millions of dollars this is worth. But it's incredible. So some of these, they have their two oldest bottles side by side right here. One's from 1897 and the other one's from 1904. That's an old whiskey. There's two different parts of the tasting in this tour. So the first part, we tasted, Chris tried the blended whiskey and I did one from Campbellstown. It's good. It's very smoky. It's vanilla-y, yeah. Alright, so we just wrapped up the gold tour at the Scotch Whisky Experience here in Edinburgh, which is right next to the castle. It was a lot of fun. So if you've been around for a while, you may have remembered us back in December of 2024, so around Christmas time, we did a tour of a couple different distilleries in Kentucky. So like bourbon whiskey. Chris is actually from Kentucky. He grew up right in the heart of bourbon land and finally went to Maker's Mark, Buffalo Trace. We learned a little bit during those tours. Like we're not huge whiskey people, but we do enjoy the taste of it every now and then. And so we did that, sort of dipped our toes in. And then today we're like, you know what? We're in Scotland. We're about to go be surrounded by all these different distilleries. Might as well learn about what we're going to be passing by. So if we want to do a distillery tour in these different regions, we sort of know what to expect and we know a little bit about it. So we did the Scotch Whisky Experience here in Edinburgh and it was a lot of fun. It took about an hour and 15 minutes. We did a few different tastings. Each of the different whiskeys was from a different region. Scotland, so there's like the Highlands, the Lowlands, Islay, which is an island, Speyside, and then Campbellstown. I think those are the 5. But it was really fascinating. It was really fun, even for people like us who maybe are like super novice. It was still fun to learn about it. Like I'd say it's a great entry point. Now, if you're like a pro Scotch whiskey kind of person, maybe a little bit beneath you. But for the average person like myself, it's a great experience.
We did the gold tour here, and it was very well done. I mean, the guide was speaking and then the videos were going off at the same time. Everything was timed. Like me, from the production standpoint, watching the screens and everything, I was really impressed. So if you're looking for like a really immersive, really professional tour and like history tour of this, I would recommend this. It was very interesting, very well done. Plus you get to do the whole tasting and it's an experience. I think we want to hit up some of the distilleries around Scotland, whether it's in the Highlands or in the Islands. I highly recommend this tour. It's very well done.
So Scotch whiskey. I was under the impression before that all Scotch whiskey was smoky. That was my completely uneducated understanding. That really is more from one region. And so doing a tour, we were allowed to learn about the Scotch whiskies from different regions. And so as we traveled through Scotland and we passed a distillery, specifically we really like the smoky ones from Islay, and then also we really like the ones from Speyside. That's further north. There's like apparently 30% of the distilleries in all of Scotland are in this one tiny little area for a reason. So those are the 2 regions that stood out the most to us, just from our tasting. But we did learn what the tastes are from each region. Now, like obviously in the Highlands, it's such a massive area. The tastes are going to vary a lot. In fact, our tour guide Connor said that some of the distilleries in the Highlands are 200 miles apart. So those tastes are going to like ebb and flow. And he's like, it's very much distillery by distillery there. So now we know sort of what we're getting into when we go up there. We pass them and we're like, you know what? We're in the Highlands. I liked the Highland Scotch whiskey. Let's stop. Because whiskey on a cold and rainy day would probably be really nice. I feel like that would just hit the spot. Like I'm understanding how these people survive winter here.
So we're currently at the top, at the castle. This place is a madhouse. I mean, it's fun, but I mean, there's a lot happening. So we're currently at the top, and then apparently this is where you start, and you walk a mile that way. The more you know. It's 2 o'clock on a Friday, and I think it's just getting started. The rain does not stop anybody.
It's very windy today, so please excuse the hair and makeup. But this is the Royal Mile, so about 500 feet behind Chris is the entrance to Edinburgh Castle, which sort of sits and has this incredible view of all of the city. We're not going to do that in this video. I have done it before. Chris has not, but it's sold out while we're here. He wasn't really sure if he was going to do it or not, but it is really worth doing if you're interested in castles. You can see the crown jewels, you can see like the prison cells. It's been years since I've done it, so I can't remember exactly, but I remember thinking it was really cool. But walking away from Edinburgh Castle, this is called the Royal Mile, and this is a high street, I believe it's High Street. It starts at Edinburgh Castle, and then at the other end is Holyrood, which is like where Mary Queen of Scots lives. Scottish people go easy on me. I've really been trying to learn my history, but the way I'm saying this makes it sound way too casual and not complicated. But the Royal Mile is really busy, and being here years and years ago in Edinburgh, my memory was that the Royal Mile is just crazy busy, and it still is. Don't necessarily love it, but I feel like you have to come here if you're in Edinburgh, and the views are incredible. It's very touristy along the mile, but you do get some of the really amazing sights and most famous places of Edinburgh on this one street. So I say start at the top and work your way down. Like a lot of cities around the world, Edinburgh is one of those cities that has a pretty well-known underground, is my understanding, and I'm pretty certain that what we're seeing on this church is like, you can see how the windows are what they look like in the middle of the street, but it's where the city's been built up over the years. So you can kind of see where like maybe the church originally was, and then where we are now, we're at least half a story up higher than where we used to be. But I'm pretty certain that a lot of this area has been built up over the years, which is, it's normal, but Edinburgh has a significant underground city.
Give me that medicine that I need. Pardon my innocence if you please. I cannot live in this if there's reason to wonder why.
Like we said, there are plenty of things to do walking around. You can go to all these different historical monuments, and then they also have some free museums.
It's a really well done museum. Totally free too, which if you have a family or training, I mean, this is the perfect place to come and learn more about Scotland and the area, different inventions. Really, really well done and beautiful, beautiful building.
This is because it's getting in this weather. All right, so we just did the Writers' Museum, which is relatively small, but it's still very well done. So there's really 3 prominent writers that come from Scotland. There have been other writers, obviously, but there's really 3 that come to mind, and that's really what the museum is representing. It's Robert Burns, Sir Walter Scott, and Robert Louis Stevenson. So it's almost like one floor is dedicated to each of the authors, but it's well done. I mean, you can kind of see a history of their lives, learn a little bit about them, see sort of where they pulled their inspiration from, and all 3 of them pulled a lot of inspiration from Scotland. I mean, it was their home, it's where they were born, where they were raised, and it definitely shows in their works if you've never read any of them. So things like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde or Ivanhoe, I mean, all these are just like classic Scottish literature, Scottish books. Gosh, it sounds like I'm very well read, doesn't it? Anyway, it's a nice museum, it's free. You can be in and out of there in probably half an hour if you don't read everything, or you can spend longer if you want it. But it's pleasant. It's not our only museum of the day, but we did want to stop by and see it because we both love literature. So, on to the next thing.
I'll be honest, I stressed about this video a lot because how do you possibly pack a city like Edinburgh that's so researched and so visited, and it's so beautiful, and there's so many things to see. How do you squeeze that into 2 days and then try to convey it well into a video? Like, that's next to impossible, and we did the best we could. Our goal with this video is really to show you, maybe get some beautiful shots or, you know, photos and video clips to show you and maybe try to convey that feel to you.
We want you to feel instead of learn right now. Like, feel this city.
Yeah, because it is very much a feel. But that's it for now. I hope it did justice to the city, because my goodness, Edinburgh is lovely.
And now we're going to battle the rain.
All right, let's go.
Love again for the first time. Come and fall. In love again for the first time. Come and fall. In love again for the first time. Come and fall. In love again for the first time.
For behind the scenes and extra content, you can head on over to our Patreon community. Otherwise, be sure to follow on Instagram or like and subscribe here. It really helps creators like us.